talk about the hope for the dead. And although it's a sad occasion, the Bible, we let the Bible speak, and it's going to give us comfort and hope for all our dead loved ones. But before we begin our discourse, we just like to remember Kuya Jess, who was famous for his "attaboy," meaning everything's gonna be okay. Good job. And how can you not forget that great smile? Look at that smile. As soon as you walk in the room, oh, he just his personality would just light up the room. And he was an entertainer. His humor, his sense of humor, it brought so much joy and happiness to anyone there. As a matter of fact, even during his Kuya Jessie's most trying time, most difficult time, he always remained positive, and he encouraged others. There's just one example, and I know there's many, but it was one time where Daddy Jess, he was in the hospital a couple of weeks ago. And even though he was in a bad situation, his health nurse was doing a routine checkup on him. And it was time for him to turn over and change his position. So the nurse said in a loud voice, Jessie, we're going to turn you, okay? And just like Daddy Jess, how his personality, his sense of humor, he said his favorite song, "Turn Around" by Bonnie Taylor. I tried to do my best, but that's the sense of humor Kuya Jess had. So he always put a smile. He was putting a smile on the nurse's face, and Mommy Tina, even in his worst state, he still had a sense of humor, and he will be sorely missed. So now we'd like to begin our discourse, and this funeral talk, like I mentioned, is to provide us with comfort and hope for our dead loved ones. You know, we need comfort at this at this time of loss. And what we're going to do, I know we're going to consider we're going to consider scriptures from the Bible. And I know some friends may not have your Bibles, but if you do, if you could we'll follow along. And what we're going to do is we're going to review a resurrection. Now there's eight resurrections that were in the Bible. But we're going to consider one you probably know about, Lazarus, how Jesus resurrected his dear friend Lazarus. And what we're going to do is we're going to start, and we're going to look at the book of John. Now, what's interesting is that this account, you're going to notice a lot of information, places, people, and this is a real. It actually happened. There were eyewitnesses during Jesus' time that witnessed these events. So this is a real story. It happened. So let's begin. If you have your Bibles there, friends, or if you have your smartphone, and you want to look at John chapter 11. As we talked about, this was Jesus' dear friend Lazarus. He was sick. He had two sisters, Mary and Martha. They were from the village of Bethany. In verse 2, Mary was the one who poured perfume oil on Jesus and wiped his feet with her hair. That's in verse 2. Verse 5, it says that Jesus loved Martha and her sister Mary and Lazarus. They spent time together during Jesus' time on earth. They spent time together. They formed a really close relationship. But Jesus knew that Lazarus was sick. And if we look down in verse 11, it says here, and I'll read it. Lazarus, our friend, has fallen asleep, but I am traveling there to wake him. So Jesus knew that Lazarus, he passed away, he died. But notice in verse 12, his disciples were saying, Lord, is he sleeping? He'll get well. However, Jesus in verse 13 was saying that he passed away, meaning he died. But here's a good point. Notice that the Bible describes when someone passes away as just in a deep sleep. See there? It says there that Jesus said that he's just sleeping. Our friend has fallen asleep, and I'm traveling there to awake him. So, verse 17, it's been 4 days now since Jesus went to the town of Bethany. It's been 4 days, and Lazarus was in a tomb. But in verse 21, Jesus finally arrives in Bethany, and Martha runs and said, Lord, if you would have been here, my brother would have not died. But Jesus said to her, confidently, your brother will rise. In 23, verse 23. Because in 25, Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life, and the one who exercises faith in me, even though he dies,